PunchPod in stereo. Every week, PunchPod brings you live stand-up comedy from Seattle. And now, episode 17.
I'm starting a gang. Who wants to be in my gang? Cool, awesome. 2 rules in my gang. First rule, anyone brings up Aristotle in an argument, open palm slap to the face. Second rule of the gang rules, it's like we got a clubhouse. Second rule, lots and lots of sex with complete disregard for gender or physical attractiveness. Who wants to be in my gang still?
As I mentioned, I'm a gay guy, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you're a gay guy over 40, you're invisible to gay guys under 25. That's not even the worst part. I found out a few years ago that also when you're a gay guy over 40, you're like a blinking orange neon open sign for gay guys over 60. You're right, that is some scary, scary shit.
I get a lot of flack for the women I date. Like this winter, a lot of people were critical of me for dating homeless women. I mean, I understand, but I have a perfect record getting them to come home with me. So, you can't argue with that.
So I went to a garage sale down there, and they had the guy had porno tapes, VHS tapes for sale. And so I called him over because I had time. I said, well, what's wrong with these tapes? And he said, there's nothing wrong with them. He said, I'm done with them. I said, really, you're done with them? I said, how do you know when you're done with a porno tape? And he looked at me like I was from Washington. He said, well, it's like any relationship. He said, if you put the porno tape in the VCR and you're jacking off or you're thinking about a different porno tape, time to put it out with the crock pot and the snow tires.
I hate spring, I said. And spring fashions, and florals, and suggestions, and body type issues, and magazines. They tell you there's 3 types. This is how you're gonna dress yourself. You're gonna dress yourself as a pear, or as an apple, or as an apricot. I don't know how many of them there are. I never see my fruit. I don't see my fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit I am. I might be a date. I might be a fig with ankles. I might be an avocado with canker sores. I don't even know.
I don't like Big Bang Theory. I don't know why nerds don't get more upset by that show. That's their blackface, guys. I was 20 years old, and I got broken up with in a note like I was 11, you know? Yeah. She goes, here, I wrote this for you. Don't read it till you get home. I'm like, motherfucker. You know, she got me. So I read it, like, threw it away, didn't think about it. And then I realized that I really passed up a great opportunity to fuck with somebody, you know what I mean? I could have called her and been like, listen, I lost that note you wrote me, but that doesn't matter because I love you. What did you want to tell me, fuckboy wife?
I grew up for no real reason, just with a strong hatred of cats. And I'm starting to grow out of it. I'm starting to enjoy them. I think they're great as pets. I don't want one, but I think they're great as pets. But I think they're better used as a unit of measure to gauge like how lonely people are. Like everyone gets one eventually, it seems like, you know, but it's usually like, you're like a couple years out of college, 25, 30, still single. You know, you just kind of like wander and you just find yourself like in like a PetSmart bathroom just looking in the mirror like, we're just gonna get one. Just one, we're gonna walk out the door, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And like a year and 2 failed relationships go by. You just wander back in like a junkie, like, hey, you guys got any cats? You got any? No, it's fine. I've had a couple rough months. You know, Kathy left me. I just. Is that a calico? Bring it here. Oh, slow ride. Cat junkies. It just gets exponentially worse from there. Like, you could do a math problem with it, like in like a statewide test, like Todd and Kathy are on a train ride from Seattle to New York, going at 60 miles an hour. There's a 2-hour pit stop in Chicago. When they get out, Kathy meets a new lover in a jazz club, doesn't get back on the train. How lonely is Todd? 6 cats lonely. 6 cats lonely. You notice I'm saying cats, it's because when it's a unit of measure, it's spelled with the Y after the C. So you say cats, so it's like, so no matter who you are, you sound like your lonely, possibly gay uncle who lives in St. Paul alone. Just him and the cats. Just me and the cats, everything's fine.
A dude summed up my feelings about the South when he was on TV and they asked him about Prop 1, and here's what he said.
Just the thought of 2 men making love makes me sick to my stomach.
I want you to think about what he said for a second. No one asked that guy to think about 2 men making love. That guy just went ahead and did it for everybody. No one asked you to, and by the way, making love? That's a weird poll that you just came out with. You didn't say fucking or like savaging each other. You said making love, which is a consciously tender act between 2 people with open communication who know how to treat each other's bodies and emotions with respect. That's where that guy went. That's where that guy went. It makes me sick. Because what he was saying is, I've been denied the lifestyle I've always wanted to live, and now I have a hate boner that's pushing on my stomach and makes me want to throw up Bibles. That's what I heard. When you say,
just the thought of 2 men making love makes me sick to my stomach.
What I actually hear you say is, what I would really like right now more than anything else is 8 to 10 room temperature dicks on or near my face so that I resemble an octopus being pressed against a window. Is there any way that can happen?
Punchpaw is recorded live at Punchline Fridays and Tuesdays in Seattle. Tonight's episode starred Andy Palmer, Rick Taylor, Peter Williams, Hennigan, Lydia Craniotis, Albert Kirshner, Billy Anderson, Evan Morrison, and Derek Sheen. This has been Punchpod. Find more at www.punchlinefridays.com. And thanks for listening. I'm your announcer, Eileen Ulick.